We are on the way here at the Bamenda Proximity Stadium. That day which we all have longed for is finally here. Elite One football returns to Bamenda, and of course, it is a full house here at the Bamenda Proximity Stadium. And Star Renard, PWD, getting used to football atmosphere here in Bamenda. Aliu Yaya, great turn from Aliu. Long pass, Star Renard, the attacking end, disposed there by Mianu Valentine. Aliu Yaya for the Abafa boys. Misu for Boyomo. Boyomo with the long ball out, blocked, still resonates. You see Star Renard. Man there from Star Renard's midfield man and PWD's Aliu Yaya. They saw for Alaba. Alaba, I think he was searching for Ronnie fielding at that point. Kamili dispossessed Alaba for PWD. Loose ball. Attacking option for Star Renard Melo. Star Renard. Good display. Crossing. City as a player for PWD. Corner kick for Star Renard Melo. That's the first corner kick for the encounter. Started in the area. Corner taken. And Noah heads it out for PWD of Bamenda. Another corner again for Star Renard. 2 corners in less than a minute. Taken short. Good training ground display. Now it's time to judge its efficiency. The show blocks again for PWD of Bamenda. And it is another corner. Third corner in less than 2 minutes. Cross in, Aliu Yaya clears the area for PWD. Donny fielding, gets the ball in play for PWD. Shots from Gimbat Jr. Struggling to put the ball in play for the Abakwa boys. Gimbat for Alaba. Gimbat still good recovery. Struggles to send a pass through to the show, but it's blocked. Gimbat recovers. The show for PWD. The show sees before Terence running through. There is a slip there, and captain for Star Renard struggles and gets back to his feet. We are on the way. Reports from Yaoundé has it that in less than 6 minutes, Aigle Royal de la Menoir are already leading by 2-1 against AS Fortuna. AS Fortuna opened scores early, but Aigle Royal have come back to be leading by 2-1. Whilst here at the Bamenda Proximity Stadium, it is 0. PWD of Bamenda 0. Star Renard Melo. Noir in control for PWD of Bamenda. Has get pressure and he struggles to put the ball out of the field of play, and it is another throw in for Star Renard Melo. Three goals in 6 minutes for the Aigle Royal de la Menoir. AS Fortuna game. Aigle are leading 2-1 after AS Fortuna opened scores in the first minute. Throw-in taken. Musi heads it out, and it is a corner kick. The third, I think that's the fourth corner kick just in this first half for Star Renard Melo. So far, Star Renard have had more attacking options. Corner taken, and you see, I think we're struggling to get ahead back to the ball, but his efforts weren't one to scare the defense of PWD. Nyosi starts off with Minche Bonkadat, Minche for Noah for Alaba. Alaba still in control. The referee signals an infringement on Alaba from Kamini, and it is a set piece for PWD of Bamenda. Noah on duty. Long ball out here by Noah. There is shooting. He deflects the ball, but it gets straight to the arms of Star Renard's keeper. And you'll see PWD, Alaba still in control. Alaba with a long ball out. He's holding. So power in the duel, but Gufo Terence gets a foot to the ball, and PWD are the attacking end. Bongaman is in street, and the referee immediately signals for PWD of Bomenda, who gets to take that. Beso and Dominic on the ball. They're going to go straight for goal. Yawit is going to be fielding to take that shot. Donny strikes, but I think he didn't go for the target, and they will have to try again. It was a good curler, but the positioning, the position where the foot hit the ball, didn't try the trajectory of the ball towards goal. Keeper for Star Renard with a long ball out. Star Renard's attacking end, but leading off that ball wasn't well calculated, and it is a throw in for the Abaka boys. Miami, Condon, Terence, Miami with a long one out. Terence from Gimbat Jr. Gimbat, I think he finds Bongaman, who is alone in the box. Bongaman, push through! That would have been the opener. That was a fine drift into the box there by Bongaman Dios. It was just that final kiss of the ball that would have seen PW's opener, but then should we blame his precision? Should we blame the ball? Should we blame the cleats? Well, he has to try again. But that pass from Gimba Jr. was a fine one. Good reception by Bongaman Dios. Good body movement to lay off one of Star Renard's defenders, and just the shot, just the final shot. It would have been an icing on the cake, but he has to try again. Lines breaking past there, coming in through. He slips, and you see alongside Boyomo guys the area for PWD, and it is a 5.5 meter kick at that sport. One out. I think what I've noticed about Donny fielding is. He wins most of his draws. He goes for, and that's quite appreciable for a striker. Donny for Mianu. Mianu struggles to get across, but it's blocked. Donny is still running through, get the ball in play, but the assistant referee says it had gone out already. Going for Stavena. It's a long one through. Before clearance for PWD. They're so with a fine turn there. And we have Bongaman who plays with Gimbat Junior. Gimbat. Return. Gimbat. There was a loose ball there. PWD now at the dangerous end of the attack. And goalkeeper Ningche Bong clears the area. Coming in. I think he rushes for that one very quickly. Stavena at the attacking end. Referee signals for an infringement. Set piece Stavena. Reports from Douala has it. Dinamo. The Douala has already broken deadlock against Victoria United. Dinamo 1-0 Victoria United. Set piece Starena. The take, the fine, tactical training ground work, but the efforts were blocked by the soul for PW of Bamenda, and the scare factor was killed. Set piece PW of Bamenda. Incherbong Kadat, the keeper out here, is the one to take the set piece. Long ball out. Running through, Donny fielding, doesn't get his foot to the ball. He's got it off by Stavena's Frank Donald Dipita. Frank Donald Dipita, I think his feet just after getting Donny fielding and killing the danger factor. Frank Donald Jupiter is the one to take that 5.5 meter kick there for Stavena. He goes for a long one out. The PWD is Noah. Noah is being pressured by Jean Simplice Bang, and Jean Simplice Bang gets favor of that action as the throw-in is awarded to Stavena. And throw-in duty is Claude Kamini. Claude Kamini joined Stavena from Sovazu. Kamini scares off, throwing PW of Bumenda. Alava is the man to be on duty for the throw in there. Jean-Claude Kamini closes in on the Source run as he went to get the ball out for the Abakwa boys. The Source struggles to deflect the ball in favor of Abakwa boys attacking his positions, but instead favor Starina with a throw in. Cross in, goalkeeper Ningche Bonkadat is well enough on that with the action. Ningche Bonkadat plays with Noah. Noah in control for PWD. Lays off PWD's Starina's potential player and Gimpat Junior for PWD. Gimpat loses the ball. Starina, they're so in pressure. Laba for the play. Donny feeding with a good first touch with the chest. He has PC to beat. He sends across through. You got another time! That was just an inch off the ball. Finds his play there from Donny Fielding. Good chest control, great orientation, and a fine cross through, which was just short of fine reading from his attacking options in the box. That should have been another option for PWD to feed off, and why not get the opener. Star Renard's long ball out. Noah is defeated in that duel. Alaba guards off and throw in to the Abakwa boys. David Alaba, I think he goes for a short throw with Deso gets a good turn, lays on 3 players, plays with Bongaman. Deso still good display from the Abakwa boys, but I think that lines breaking pass from Deso to find Donny Fielding, who was making the run, was blocked, and the attacking threat killed. Nyosi fouled there, and the referee beats fair as he gets a set piece in favor of the Abakwa boys. Linche Bonkadat sends off his defenders as he wants to take that set piece. Linche directs his players on the direction of his ball. Sends a long one out. Donny Fielding wins his duel again. But I think the direction of the header wasn't as clear as he would have wished for throwing Star Renard. Kameni is being pressured here by Alaba. Alaba for PWD. Gets a foot to the ball, but there is an interception by Star Renard. Midfield man-to-man duel out here. Gimbat Jr. Gimbat is fouled, and the referee signals a foul of Gimbat Jr. and he will set his there for PWD of Romanda. Deso with a long ball through for Bongaman. He gets it in play. Bongaman, such a fine youngster. I think he slips and he has to come back with Alaba. Alaba with the cross. Yaya area cleared there, and they have to try again. Noah, Gimba Jr. Noah again. Pressing through. Deso is dispossessed. I think the ball goes in the direction of Bongaman. So the Gills presses the ball through to Yaya. Yaya for Gills, and I think his run was read there by Star Renard's Abubakar Abdul. Abubakar Abdul has to take the throw in there for Star Renard. Bubendong, greetings to you. Share the live. Head out by Alaba. Throw in Star Renard. Abubakar Abdul is the man to take the throw in there for Star Renard, and rushing for the ball at that point was Ubaid Ramadan Gube. Deso gets the ball in control for the Abakwa boys. Sent a long ball through. I think he was starting for feeding at that point, and that clearance from Vincent Collins Foy wasn't well enough calculated, and Abdul struggled to clear the area. That's fielding for Bufo Terence. Bufo Terence puts it in play. The captain of PWD with a great turn there. I think he sees me and you making a run, but he has to go short with Gimbat Jr. Gimbat, good turn. Alidu Yaya. Yaya for Deso. Deso with a fine turn. Good lines breaking pass. Intercepted. Mianu from Deso. Deso for Alaba. Alaba. Good body movement, switch, and family gets it off the foot for Star Renard. Alaba with a throwing option for PWD of Bamenda. The scoreboard still with 0 PWD 0 Star Renard Melon. Good turn by Deso. Fabrice is waste, and I think they have to try again. Banga Nesto, greeting to you. Share the life. Bufo Terence, I think his run didn't hit the pass of Liani Valentine, and they have to try again. Chidola, greeting to you. To you all watching, share the life, so that as many people as possible can get to have access and watch this beautiful encounter between PWD of Bamenda and Star Renard here at the Bamenda Proximity Stadium. I mean, years after football returns to Bamenda, and I know we are all anxious and anticipating the encounter is here. It's just for us to savour and enjoy. Aliu Yaya dispossessed. Renard, the attacking option. Renard still strike. Blocked there by Mianu. That was timely there for Mianu Valentine. The fans of PWD of Bamenda were already having their hands in their heads as they thought it was going to be a deadlock breaker there for Renard the Melo. But once you have a defense as such, you get yourself off the edge. But then they do the job, and you can only say that was close. That was close. Fifth corner for Renard. Long one in, powered out by Musi, the man who joined PW of Bamenda from Dream Team FC Bamenda. Go for Terence, place it in for Abaka Boys. Shoot to the head. The referee goes straight to his pocket, and Captain Renard in Kamale Loro Yannick had to get the first card, the first caution of the encounter. It's not quite a dangerous color, it is just yellow. First caution, the next might be deadly color, red. Yellow card for Yannick Kamale, an experienced left back. King Ryan, greetings to you. Deflection there by Ndoni. Ndoni, what I marvel about his play is he's winning all his duels. I think that his fourth duel is won so far in this encounter, despite the fact that he's playing against defenders that are way taller than him. But he gets his duel power highly rated. Bufo Terence, that was Ndoni again. Bufo Terence with the cross. Bongaman on the far end again. Bongaman struggled to play in, but Abdul was well placed and he saved Renard of that attacking threat. Aliu Yaya. They saw for PW running through David Alaba. David Alaba is shifted off the ball. They saw get the recovery for the Abaka Boys. They saw running through. Is dispossessed. Referee waves away the action. And it's a foul there on Abdul. The referee is trying to get calm. The scoreboard still reads 0 PWD 0 Renard Melon. The tension is high. The adrenaline awakens. The excitement seen in the faces of the fans. Long ball out. Kameni is overpowered there by Alaba. And it is a throw-in for the Abaka Boys. Noah with a long ball out for the Abaka Boys. Clearance of the area by Renas. Vincent Collins Balafue. Nianu for the throw-in. He has Gimbat, he has Bufo Terence, he goes for a long one, but Captain Kamale clears the area and PW gets another throw-in. Nianu for Ndoni. Ndoni struggled to get a pass through to Deso, and there was a ball handled, and the referee has signaled the foul in favor of the Abaka Boys. Gimba Jr. happens to be one of those players who played for both powerhouse teams of the Northwest region. He joined PWD last season from Young Sports Academy. This is his second season with the Abaka Boys and set piece duty at the moment. He's very good at set pieces. There's a long one through, and he's a header out, not yet out, but goalkeeper for Renard in Yannick Epane gets it safe in his arms. He sends a long one out. Noah wins the duel for PWD. Jimbat distracts, and Renard still recovers. Abdul for Kameni. Kameni is dispossessed and he goes for a foul. And David Alaba is applauded by the fans of PWD of Bamenda after that action against Kameni, one of the treasures wingers of the championship. I think for the past years with Fobazu, he's been doing a great job. I mean, you know, when football returned to the Northwest region, the last time it was an unfortunate incident, an encounter that didn't end. It was Fobazu against PWD of Bamenda. And of course, Kamini Claude was in the colors of Fobazu. And today again, he's back against PWD of Bamenda in the colors of Star Renard. Noah for PWD. Noah still in contention for the ball. He plays with his attacking partner in Bongaman. 1-2. Bongaman breaks it in, but he's deprived of that attacking threat there by Star Renard's Abubakar Abdu. I mean, that was timely from Star Renard's fullback. He read Bongaman's movement, was steady, and of course, he stopped every attempt of Bongaman to maneuver with his skills and lay him off. And Bongaman just had to try again. Before Terence laid off. So what does he do? Lays off one. He's still in contention for the ball. He plays with Donny Fury, who's given an option for his other player to play at the center axis. Crossed there by Mianu Valentine. Yossi is weight off the ball, and Star Renard's attacking option is deprived by defensive brilliance there of Mianu Valentine. Mianu from Donny Fury. Donny Fury still. What does he do? He sends a line-breaking cross that is blocked there, and they have to try again. Star Renard still. Good displacement. Yossi well positioned. Before Terence, I think he slips. Before Terence still powering in, but he needs a pane who's timely outing. Got it safe for Star Renard Dumelo. Ball out. David Alaba sends a long diagonal pass through to Donny Fury. Fury still. Fury. 1-on-1. That was sleepy. That should have been a nice on the good finish. His first touch was good, but his control wasn't one to ride home about. He was dispossessed, area threat. PW had to shot for the goal. I think the fans are not happy from Gimbat's decision making at that point. He should have scored anything. In Pidgin, I will say, I will bet you can be way too. Gimbat. Another cross in. The pane. I told you. He is going to be the man. The fans are happy. Donny Fury went to Kenya. Gimbat Senior missed. And now he's assistant. My. What a feeling. Donny Fury scored the first Elite one goal at the Bamenda Proximity Stadium. Gimbat Senior goes emotional. We see him crying. But then, these are the emotions that comes with football. What a sport. What a moment. It is not only Donny Fury celebrating. It is not only PWD of Bamenda celebrating. But it is the whole of the Northwest as the players of PWD of Bamenda grace this outing here at the Bamenda Proximity Stadium. The first official outing by PWD of Bamenda. I mean, first of its kind, first Elite one outing with the first goal. And yes, history beckons as Donny Fury is that name that will edge long for the first goal scorer at the Bamenda Proximity Stadium as far as Elite one football is concerned. Donny Fury, what a player! The crowd approached the ball. What a moment! What a moment! The joy is back home. I mean, expression meets me short of words. Last year we saw Donny Fury scoring the first goal for Young Sports Academy when football returned to the Northwest region at the Young Sports Arena against AS Fortuna. And today he is still the man that scored the first goal for PWD of Bamenda. The first at the Bamenda Proximity Stadium. We continue and PWD lead by 1-0. With deadlock broken, we are going to see the momentum which the goal the game takes at this moment. Nyosi clears the area for PW of Bamenda. Star Renard in control. Kamale, the captain, he continues sorting for Kameni, who's changed positions with his left winger, and at that point they had an interception. Doni sorting for Ngufo. Ngufo, Terence gets a foot to the chest of Star Renard's defenseman in Fue, and I think the referee is not cautioned because it wasn't intentional, the foul from Ngufo Terence at that point, and all they get is a set piece, no caution from Ngufo Terence. At this point, it is just a verbal warning, but when next, it might be a caution with a card. The scoreboard here in Bamenda is 1 in favor of the host, 0 for the visitors. Noah for PWD, Brayton lays off first, is dispossessed. Mianui for PWD, Mianui for Donny Fielding. I mean, he's not just bringing the goal to the attacking duties of PW of Bamenda, but also helping in building up the play. Because aside playing as centre forward, he at times switches with Ngufo Terence, goes to the flanks, poses danger, and yes, that's football, teamwork. Mianui Valentine. PWD 1-0 Star Renard. Aliuyaya with a shot through, and goalkeeper Epane was steady in goal, and he got it safe in his arms. Star Renard, the attacking end. Nyosi intercepts for PWD. Nyosi with the block, corner kick. Star Renard. I think that's the 6th corner kick for Star Renard this afternoon. Abdu takes the long corner in for Star Renard, and it meets no player in the box. Jimba Jr. with a fine recovery, and the fans applaud him after that masterclass action, taking the ball off Star Renard's attacker and waving away the danger. Long ball out by Minche Bonkadat. Ngufo Terence running through. I think he slips there, and they just have to try again. Goalkeeper Epane for Fue sends a long one through, and running through is Abubakar Abdul for Star Renard. Abubakar struggles to get the ball in play, and yes, goalkeeper Ning Chebong was well enough on guard. He sends a long one out for Fielding, who is guarded there by Kamale, and it is a throw in for Star Renard Omelo. Ici, je peux râler un peu en français, je peux dire que c'est une rencontre ici de tout puissant. Star Renard, ballon au profond, mais mieux si est si présent. Ni à nuit pour PW Bamenda, et le reste, l'arbitre siffle en faveur de PW de Bamenda. Là, ni à nuit Valentine, I think. First game against Victoria United, he was very good at the full-back position, and this afternoon he's still living up to expectation. Kamale, Nyosi running through for PW of Bamenda. He struggles to play the ball out, and there is a throw in for Star Renard Melo. Kamale cross through Star Renard's Bungaman. Great way there to clear the area. Bungaman, I think to get ahead to the ball, running through his field. Field is still running with four. And That was a fine clearance there from Fue, and PWD now have to attack from corner kick duty. Fue Don is feeling, I think he needs medical attention. I hope it's nothing serious. He's the man who's kept the Abaka boys on the lead. 1 PWD, 0 Star Renard Melo. Voilà. Merci 0-0. Okay, Corner taking shot. Crossing by the show at the far end before Terence. But I think he was just an inch short of the ball, meeting his head. Donny floating back to the pitch. Injury scare. Wait away. Bongaman has been such a threat for the defense of Star Renard this afternoon. And I mean, they just need to keep an eye on the young winger of PW of Bamenda, one of the prodigies who are priding the importance of Anafoot and their project so far in Cameroon's elite football. In goal for PW Ningche Bonka, that is also a graduate of Anafoot. There's many of them in Cameroon's elite football and also playing their trade abroad. Anafoot is doing a great job. Feeding, Bongaman keeps it in play for the PW of Bamenda. Is dispossessed by Abubakar Abdul. Jipita clears the area, attacking option there for Star Renard Melo. Kamale with a cross through. Nyosi clears the area for PW of Bamenda. Throw in Star Renard. Share the live, tell us where you're watching from. Ningche Bonkadat. I think he spots the Terence running through, sent a long ball out. I think there was no one. He needed to have been a bit calm, waited for his players to somehow get to the median before the long ball out. Laba, Abubakar, Mianui is displaced there by Kameni. Abdul struggles to send a left footed shot in, but I mean, he was nowhere near target and he just had to try again. Niche Bonka, that I just love his confidence around the goal area. You know, he's a young man who's crammed through years of hard work. He's had to be first, drop to second, drop to third, and back to first for the Abakwa boys. I mean, despite losing to Victoria United, he had several key saves. All the goals were scored from penalty, no open goals. What is that? Starting up players are crowding around the referee, but then the referee has already awarded penalty for PWD. That was a clear one there. That shot from Bongaman would have been the opener, I mean, the lead doubler for PW Bamenda. The ball was handled by Star Renard's Sali Bubakari and penalty awarded for PWD of Bamenda. They saw on duty for the penalty. Voilà. Before Terence has gone to Ndeso Fabrice. That's just the job of a captain. He's given him some words of encouragement. At this point, it's a very crucial one for Ndeso Fabrice of PW of Bamenda. The entire fate of the Northwest region of PW of Bamenda at this point is on the shoulders of this boy that hails from Mancon. His peers in Mancon label him the god of Mancon. He steps up, strikes. Oh, how beautiful is that! This Fabrice, double the lead. What a joyous moment for the boy. The god of Mancon has broken his goal scoring deadlock moment here. And yes, it is 2 PWD, 0 Star Renard Melon. From the spot, with calmness, they saw stepped up and yes, placed it beautifully, laying up goalkeeper Epane of Star Renard Melon. 2 PWD, 0 Star Renard Melon. The fans are happy. The atmosphere is one that words can describe. Hands are shaky, feet trembling. What is the cause? Beautiful football from the Abakwa boys. Fantastic atmosphere out here at the Bamenda Proximity Stadium. The god of Mancon is the one who's doubled the lead. 2 PWD, 0 Star Renard Melon. Frank Jupiter plays with Fouet for Captain Kamale for Kameni. Gimbat intercepts, throw in. Bongaman from Deso for Aliu Yaya, sends a long ball out and running through is fielding. I think his run, he didn't calculate quite well with respect to the ball's trajectory, and it is a throw in for Star Renard. Franz Peter still for Ramadan. Yaya. Noah has been up for every action, every duel, as far as the defensive midfield role of PW is concerned. Donny Fielding lays off one, the second before Terence. Gimbak Jr. meets a very fierce captain in Kamale, who lays off Star Renard in that attacking option there. Star Renard cross in, Gimbak Jr. to the rescue. Bongaman deals for Deso for his captain. Before Terence for Miani with the ball too. He beats it. Gimbak right. What a power shot there by Gimbak Jr. One can right away the goalkeeper's brilliance. What a save it was. What a save from goalkeeper Epane. Before Terence still in control for PW of Bamenda. Before Terence from Deso Fabrice. Deso from before Terence. Champion football now. I think it was just the final touch on the ball from the soul, which would have seen a fine plus 2. Donny Fury, who was waiting in the box. Throw in Star now. Starting with the throw in. Starting as you. Kamle with the cross. Ramadan gets it in play. Dispossessed by Nyosi. Gubo Terence gets it in play. PW with a fine control by the chest. Gubo Terence running through. Gubo Terence. Gubo Terence right. That was an effort to appreciate. Just short of that icing finish. Would have been pressed down by Fue. Was just an action shot there from Gubo Terence to score the third for PW of Bamenda. The scoreboard still reads PW 2-0 Renard. Here at the Bamenda Proximity Stadium, the fans of PWD, the fans of football in the Northwest region are happy. Football is at their doorsteps. Great pressing there from Donny Fielding. They saw David Alaba for PWD of Bamenda. Lays off one. Shots for Donny Fielding, but in that final pass wasn't well closed. Went off Kameni with a cross. Yes, he stopped it! Equalizes. That was a fine pressing there from Star Renard. Jean-Simplice Bang, who's gotten one back for the visitors here at the Bamenda Proximity Stadium. Jean-Simplice Bang, he scored for Star Renard. He scored the third goal in the afternoon for the counter. PW 2-1 Star Renard. Bongaman running through for the Abakwa boys. Ball goes out of the field of play, throw in for PW of Bamenda. Star Renard trying their best to see that they restore the game to parity, and of course they are meeting a very tall PWD side pushed by their home crowd. Mianu with the cross out of the field of play, and is a 5.5 meter kick here for Star Renard Miller. 2 PWD, 1 Star Renard. Aliou Yaya throwing Star Renard. Star Renard still. Fue. Ramadan. Infringement on Deso. The doctor is already rushing to assess the situation on his midfield man, the man who scored the second for PWD this afternoon. He scored from the spot. Donny Fielding open scores for PWD of Bamenda. So the goal of Mancon scored the second from the spot, and Simplice Mbang scored the first for Star Renard, and it is 2 PWD 1 Star Renard Velo. Deso is back to his feet. I think it was a hit on his arm, and from the indication and the look on his face, he's going to get back to the field of play. Set his duty, PWD, Gimba Jr. At the edge of the box, Fielding's running through, cross in, area cleared there by Bubakari. What a goal! What a goal! Aliou Yaya! You can see here the fans celebrate the momentum, the adrenaline, the tension. I mean, the atmosphere is just as anticipated. Aliou Yaya bows to the ground and says, thanks to Allah, Inshallah, Alhamdulillah, Aliuyaya. Left-footed shot from just outside the 18-meter area. The boys from Old Town have scored a third, and the referee has signaled halftime here. Referee Abdul Razak is the man who's been in charge. 3 PWD, 1 Stamina. Let's get a break as we go for the halftime here, and of course we'll return with the second half. And back live for the second half of this lineup exciting encounter that as the first half was writing home about. PWD 3-1 start another melon. I mean, the only few new goals down in history as the players who have scored the first 8-1 goal here at the Vivamela Proximity Stadium, and they so scored the second. Simply Mbang scored one back for Starena, and Aliu Yaya scored the third before break. We are on the way. Ramadan. Gimbat steals for PW of Bamenda. They so place it back for Nyosi. PW starting the action from the back is such a beautiful thing to watch. Noah Bongaman Giles with the skills. Donny Fielding drops down, plays with Alaba. Alaba with a long ball through. I think he's starting for Captain before Terence, but Captain Lima Labe is a Captain Kamale is the man who gets it for Gavin. They saw with the lines breaking pass running through Gubo Terence. I mean, that was a fine pass, but the run was just an inch short of meeting the target. And Epane had also made a move. I was talking about this PWD player, the fan terrorist has always been the vote of Malcolm. And today he has proved to the PWD fans and faithful that they can trust him and they can put their confidence in him. From his building up to the midfield to his tactical finishing for the penalty spot, we can say these players are ready. They are ready for anything. That's it. Alaba for the throw in. This is time. He has options with Bogaman, Donny for Gimbat. Simply Bang, the man who scored one for Starena. Starena still in control. Sway is dispossessed by Gimbat Jr. The referee Abdul Razak signals for a foul, and of course they have a set piece. Donny Fielding running through there against Frankie Peter. Donny Fielding, quite crazy guy there. He struggled to send it back through to the so Fabrice, but it was cut short by Carena's Sway. David Alaba, fullback, very good defensively, and up front is also doing a fantastic job. He's still running through. He sends the ball through. Defense, I mean, you're searching for Aliu Yaya again. Yaya strikes again with the left foot and is blocked. Gimba Jr. lines breaking pass. They still miss the ball, but it was just an inch of action, and referee Abdul Razak says it's a 5.5 meter kick there for Starena. Jupiter Starena still in control. Alaba already back doing his defensive duties. There is Noah guarding the ball off for the Abakwa boys. Throw in PW Ogomenda. It's something to be afraid of. It's something to take home about. It is really, really beautiful to see good football from kids in the Northwest region here.
children born in this year, they are giving us back in our way. So I can say it's a very, very good
attacking threat there for PW Bamenda. Bungaman deals skillful. He plays in Donny Feedy. He sets one off. But then I think that defensive brilliance by Jupiter was a lifesaver for Starina. But a fine pass through for Starina. Mianui laid off. Down in the box. Sleeps, struggles, and sends across just off his calculated target. And we have to try again.
No. Another player for this encounter, which you should all watch. We should watch out for. I think he's a captain of PW's group of terrains. Like I said, he's on the ball right now. He has been fouled, and they have to just get the foul in favor of PW's Banana. Just like I was saying, group of terrains is another choice for this PW. We are just in the left side for Renard.
Captain Kamale of Starina has just been carried red. I think after that action, it was a goal action there for Nguko Terence. Man was alone, almost at the edge of the box, just waiting for that option to slot it in, and Captain Kamale came to the rescue, but the rescue is a costly one. Red card.
You can attest with me that this group of parents, the captain of PW, is also another threat in this side. I think today may not be his best day, but he has proved to us that he can do better than this, and he can lead this young talented player.
What is dangerous about the PWD squad is that they've scored such goals, 3 goals already, but they still have on the bench fire-spitting attackers. When Adongcho comes on, you will see such a fantastic winger. When Talikong Elwood comes in, you will see an attacker that is so hungry and thirsty. And of course, it is going to be Bengono, midfield maestro. When he comes on, you will also see another face of the game. PWD has a set piece option here. There is Gimba Jr. on the ball. There is Tildy. Are we going to see training ground display out here for this set piece execution? Gimba Jr., the man who assisted the first goal on this ground, he goes straight to goal! Off target. That was a fine curler, just an edge off the goal post. Jupiter clears out the area for Renard de Melon. Kameni Nyosi, the man who joined PW of Bamenda from Dream Team FC Bamenda, has been doing a fantastic job at the defensive part for PW of Bamenda. Valentine with the clearance. Throw in Starina. Great skill. He met a fervent defender in Miami. Bubakari, long ball through.
I would say I love the organization and the composure of this PWD. From defense to attack, they know their position and they know what to do. And there is an attack of PWD. The ball was straight up. The player from Renard de Melon. Just as I was saying, the PWD players, we have understood their role in this match. The transition from attack to defense is so smooth and so quick. We understand that each player knows what he has to do and where he's supposed to be with the ball and without the ball.
The counter plays from PWD I want to write home about. They so start the corner shot. Plays with fielding from there. So it is a stacked 18-meter area. The players are in the box. They so strikes off target. And I think there's a breath of comfort down the spines of the fans and footballs of Renard de Melon. Scoreboard reads 3 PWD, 1 Renard de Melon. Kameni Claude, dispossessed there by Aliyu Yaya. The man has not only scored, but is helping in the midfield pack to lay off play for PWD. He sends a fine pass through to Bongaman, who is caught cheating, and the offside call has been made.
Dinamo is 2-1 ahead.
Dynamo leading by 2-1 in Douala against Victoria United. Ball out by Abdul. Minche Bonka that gets it safe for PW of Bamenda. Starts short with Noah. I think Noah, his link-up play between the midfield and the defense has been fantastic. And so far, defensively, he's doing a great job. And I must appreciate Coach Kamawango for bringing out the best in these players. The players are all out. They want to give their best for the shirt. And there is always this saying, when you represent well the name or the badge in front, the name behind will be remembered. Nianui breaking the line, getting him back with a fight back through there. Johnny feeding. That was a moment stolen away from the boy by an offside call. But I think Dimba Jr. was just an inch off setting, shooting up for that action without being caught cheating. Miosi clears the area. Gufo Teres Aliwuyaya. Deso still in control. The only way to stop him is to get his shirt. But there's another way to get a PWD shirt. You can as well ask the marketers who are walking around the pitch instead of forcefully looking for one from Deso Fabrice. Renard.
You can see the positioning of these PWT players, and you can definitely say for sure these players they came here with hunger, not just coming out with determination. From defense to attack, everybody knows their role.
You see clears the area for PWD. Gimba Jr. Yaya for Captain Gufo Terence still in control. Piercing through. Set the cross just off target. I think at that point when Gufo Terence got the ball, to me, the first thing he would have been to slot it through to Fielding, who was still on site, and that would have given them two options. You set up Fieldings, you step back, and either he plays with Bongaman, who was also running through. But still, it was a fine attempt, piercing through, sorting for the cross, though it wasn't well placed. But of course, in football, you have to take risks in order to maneuver and make fine action. Experienced defender in PC Legrand is back. For PWD, you also see the likes of Bengono, Patrick Clovet, Tanikong Airwood setting off for warm-up, and also Buba. I think that's the point where Coach Kamawango is searching for firepower at the attacking compartment, and why not a G-star at the midfield pack in Bengono. The melody is around the corner as the fans of PWD play their drums and gongs.
Generally, we get this construction feeling in Bamenda when the players are in the field, the fans are also outside playing with beats and drums to show us love and to encourage the players and show them that they are the top man in the team and they can push them forward even more.
Throw in for the Abakwa boys. David Alaba. Yes, Inca sets it up from Noah, sends a long one to Donny Fielding. This protest. I think we start in a playing short of a man. They've brought in PC Legrand to help the defense of PWD's attacking firepower. You see, they saw Bongaman still, the shot from Gufo Terence who is onside. Gufo Terence get a put of the off target. Shot off target. The captain has to try again. I think PW at the moment is looking forward to why not increase the margin of their win as the scoreboard reads 3-1 in favor of the Abakwa boys. Kameni very special at the left corner there. He sends the cross through, just as I said, and Noah is present. Here's the area of PWD. Gimba Junior up against Dipita for Renard salvages that action. Through ball to Jet shot. Jet block there by Bungaman, and the referee says no cause for alarm. They show the shooting running through against Lucy. He knows that the second. He's still in action. He plays the Tipa Junior. Tipa scores. What a performance. Tipa Junior coming up for.
Dinamo has scored their second goal against Victoria United. Starting by then that PWD Stadium now 1 and Iguala Dinamo 2, Victoria United 1.
That's a fine display there from the Apapa boys. The fans are thrilled, the fans are happy. This is, fine football here, but the players of Star Renard they are protesting.
How many hundred before? The last happened before the goal. How many hundred before? That's what they're saying. Right on the news weekend. What was done from the people will be against them. Showing feelings becoming one of the fans' favorite things. Pre-season goals and displays of the preseason have been used. The way he has started the league will be one of the players to watch. I want to one of the top players.
Before Young Sports Academy stopped their season abroad, Johnny Fielding was their top scorer. And ahead of today's game, I said he was going to score. I watched training and I saw him. He was quite performant. The goals weren't coming. But such a player is a man for the big occasion. And he delivered the first, opened the curtains to goals, then scored the second. I think he brings back one back for Star Renard. He has scored the third, and he got Jimba Junior with an icing on the cake as he got the fourth for the Abaka boys this afternoon. And Star Renard's Willie Stefan Nameji is being taken off. I think an injury call, and maybe that's why the players of Star Renard rushed to referee Abdurazak, countering that goal call for PW Opomenda. But as it stands, the scoreboard reads for PW Opomenda 1 Star Renard Melo. What a way to crown their return to your home ground. PW Opomenda winning today is not just a win for PW, but it's a win for football in the Northwest region. Because of course, why not celebrating the return of football to the region? It's always been what the fans have been longing, yearning, and willing for, and this is it happening this afternoon. There is a lot of players in the area for PW Commander. There is Star Renard attacking end. Noah for PW Gimba Junior. Gimba sorting for the song made an interception. Close coming is dispossessed by Louis, and the referee says that's a set piece for the Foxes of Melon. Kamini struggled to get the ball. I think the boys are in hunger and said, why not reduce the goal margin here by PW of Omenda. Star Renard is a fantastic side. Because PW is leading does not mean that the boys haven't been up to their game. It is just that PW playing at home is a different thing. PW playing at home has the 12-man fully backing them, and of course it's that same feeling when Star Renard plays at the Melon Municipal Stadium. Claude Kameni is such a dangerous player when it comes to set pieces, and the goalkeeper and the wall of PWD should know that they are facing great danger. Claude Kameni strikes just over the bar and no cause for alarm, no scary objects, no fear factor, and it's a 5.5 letter for PW government. That was a fine clearance there from Sue. I mean, such a fine slotted cross by Donny Fielding with Bongaman deals just an inch off the ball. That would have been the piece for the Abakwa boys. But that timely interception from Vincent Sue Collins was just one that saw fans of Renard, if there are any, on the pitch at the moment or in the stands, breathe comfortably. Crossing Yoshi, far end, he handles the ball, and this set piece for Renard. They take it quickly, Kameni running toward the right flank, he's free, and the so might just be getting a caution from the referee who sent his hand into his chest pocket already. Yellow card, they show Fabrice, but there has been a show of sportsmanship as they so just saluted Kameni, the man whom he brought down and stopped from posing attack. My hair, right? So, yeah, next match. We had generated a link for the life. Bongaman has been substituted, and Patrick Clevet has come on. Captain Buko Teres has just handed the captain's armband to Lindsay Bonkadat, and he's going to be replaced by Chalikong Eros. Chalikong is come on. Against Victoria United. He scored twice, but all were disallowed. And this afternoon, he has that duty to why not get his first Elite 1 goal. Last season, I thought he was such a fantastic forward, and he's striding the colors of PW this season. Through pre-season, he was one of the top scorers of the club, and of course, getting his first Elite 1 goal will be one to write home about. It will be an option for appreciation. It will be an option to motivate and push him. I think Coach Tamawango is just called on Jimba Jr., he's called on Aliou Yaya, he's called on Deso Fabrice. I think he wants to have a word with his midfielder. Maybe trying to get who and what and how they are going to go with the last part of the encounter. Having an idea that he's got on two fantastic and swift wingers in Aliou Yaya, in Patrick Robert and Chalikong Eru. The midfield needs to know the firepower of their players. Bengono is also warming up to come on, and first touch by Patrick Robert is made of one man already. Struggling to lay out the second. It's been dispossessed. They get on. Calling for Renard. Crossing back to Flipper. Flipper struggling to get the ball in play, but he needs solid. Yoshi, Patrick Robert from this side. Chalikong Eru with his hand. Chalikong Eru. Strikes. There was a block. He had two options. Get the pass or scoring home. He went for a direct shot, and it was blocked at that point. PWD is putting the defense of Renard on a hot stool. I mean, they are playing short of a man, and it is only fair for PWD to take an advantage of that one blind spot. And why not maximize, score more goals, win, break the odds, charge their fans to why not give their best as far as being the 12th man in every encounter is. Patrick Robert, the ball is. He went for a Joga Bonito fair share of the game this afternoon. He was being free, and the referee went away that action, but it is a corner kick for the Abakwa boys. Don't happy, greeting to you. You know, Patrick Clovet is a youngster, very gifted. His flair is one to marvel at. We've already seen his first and second touch of the ball. He just tells the ball what to do. Crossing, header there by Talikong Elwood. Ninche Bonkadat, he has to manage his time. His side leads here, and it is only fair for him to take his time so that Bamenda blocks him with his field. Donny field it. Donny for Talikong Elwood. Talikong lays one man off. There is a foul. The referee calls. And of course, that was an action that I think there's a need for medical concern there. The doctors rushed on to check on his player. Bosuman Nobet, greetings to you, senior brother. Boris Kunang, let's focus on the PWCA and Armstrong is a greeting to you. Must finish the You know, I had a personal conversation with Donny Field, and when I talked to him of his performance last season, he told me, despite how the season of Young Sports Academy ended, he would have loved to have continued the season, but he had 5 goals for Young Sports as their top scorer, and was moved. He was charged to score more, but the season ended the way it did, and it is only fair for him to, man up, take up the charge and continue with TW of Bamenda. We've seen him doing so massively this afternoon. Scoring, assisting, creating chances, helping at the defense. And he had a new look. He got a haircut this season. New look, new form, new non-including. What a player. What an afternoon he's having. Don't Timothy Major, special greeting to you. It is an afternoon for football to be celebrated in the Northwest region. And all the dignitaries of football in the region are out here. All the fans, lovers of football are happy and are so excited. Special greetings to the man who mans football in the region, Mr. December Melvin. He's just sitting by me here, and he's having a foot to the ground. He says, "Great job you are doing, my boy." The man to come up, they saw Fabrice. He gets the standing ovation from the fans who clap and cheer him for the performance well dotted this afternoon. Bengono, midfield maestro, is on. Don't you see me again? I think he was sorting for me at another point, but Peter Legan was present. You see wins the duel against Kameni. Bengono, the man who have an affinity with the ball. This possess, Aliu Yaya, ready through, Donny Fury, Yaya still, he gets it to the box, Yaya still, throws down. The referee waves away. No cause for alarm. Sarena Fountain. Sarena still at the attacking end. The substitute are leading the charge for Sarena as a sub to reduce the goal margin. Cross in. Just an inch off the scoreboard reach for PWD 1 Sarena the middle. And the fans want more. They are cheering the players, commanding them to fire on, charge more, and why not increase the goal margin? The melody from the fans gets me dancing. How can one control himself of this emotion? Miami clears the area. Renard resumes with another clearance. Increase back the man who scored the consolation for Renard. Plays with Jupiter. Jupiter with the point of two for Kameni. Kameni still in control for Renard at that point. He's able to put the ball in play, but it meets Noah of PWD of Gomenda. He struggles to get a pass to Talikon Elwood. He's still in play. Talikon for Bengono. Bengono with the turn. He plays in Gimbak. Gimbak for Talikon Elwood, who is running through. PWD attacking him. Counter for PWD. Goalkeeper touches like that. Goalkeeper Epane got their hand to the ball. And Patrick Clement is game for PWD. He sends across through. Chrissy Legrand clears the area. And at least there's a breath of comfort for the fans of the Bulls of Star Renard Melon. Gimbak Jr. Noah. I mean, the midfield research of PWD of Bamenda is one where, as a coach, you just sit at the bench and, you are confused as to what decision to make. But if you're expecting, he strikes shots of target. I mean, the youngster is daring, he's making the runs, he's using his skill to maneuver, and trying to fire his shot and why not get his own fair share of his name on the scoreboard. Noah with the duel. Talikon Elwood. Loose ball, Gimbak Jr. The man is always calm and composed. He looks like, he just looks really waiting for the ball. And that line getting back, Patrick Clement is touching. And the referee signals for an offside call.
This is because the addition of Talikon Elwood and Patrick Clement
my brother,
we cannot do
I only want that the way PWD of Bamenda is playing and the way the goals are coming, when you still have the likes of Patrick Clement standing out there attacking him, Somebody was the blue bank, he sets up his attacking partner. He struggles to get the ball, but he meets ever-present and solid defensive midfielder in Noah for PWD of Bamenda. Corner, Renard Melon. We should have done better. Cross in. Simply struggled to get ahead to the ball, but it instead went off target. Nyosi followed till the end. Legrand stepped up. I think Star Renard is in hunger and thirst to reduce the score margin this afternoon. Legrand with a long throw. Nyosi clears the area for PWD. Jupiter, Tebo. Timely interception there from Alaba. Gimbak Jr. overpowered by the man who scored the lone goal for Star Renard in Simplice Bank. They la come for we. There's a medical concern there and injury scare. The man on the ground is Gimbak Jr. The man who's been, that free electron in the midfield of PWD of Bamenda. He looks so innocent, but with the ball to his foot, he's the most dangerous creature you can look at. Because his maneuvering of the ball, his lines breaking passes, his distribution, it's just something to marvel at and write home about. And Gimbak Jr. being stretched off the pitch should just have everyone who loves to watch beautiful football being played cry, and why not say, should it just be a minor situation? While we wait for medical assessment, Star Renard has a throw-in action there. Jupiter goes for a long one. Nyosi clears the area for PWD. Jupiter still with the ball into the box. Area cleared. Yaya with the ball. Sends a long ball out with the left foot. Running through is Donny Fielding. Donny Fielding meets PC Legrand. Great display there from Fue, who meets goalkeeper Linche Bonkada. He controls the ball, and yes, his side is leading. And of course, he manages time, steps up, he's sending his players to go on the run. Long ball out. I think he's searching for Talikon Elwood. Talikon overpowers Jupiter. He meets Fielding, who is caught cheating, and the referee makes an offside call. Nearly Donny Fielding Fine display, champion football. That should have been an icing on the cake. But of course, A2 was present and we signaled for an offside call. Aliou Yaya. You know, what makes the game plan of PWD so good is every player is a team player. No matter how good you are at scoring, they step back to defend. No matter how good you are at ball distribution, you just have to help the attacking compartment or why not the defensive compartment to enable, link up play between both compartments and sections of the field. Mianui, Salifong Elwood, Salifong, Bengono, Jupiter, Mianui still, Mianui for Bengono. This is football. Apparemment, si quelqu'un m'a parlé de ce joueur, Bengono, je pouvais dire que je suis un joueur lambda. Mais cet après-midi, en sortant ou en quittant de ce stade, tu ne peux pas dire que tu ne connais pas le joueur. Le dossier 30 depuis d'habitude de Bamenda, qui se nomme Bengono. Quelle passe! My oh my! Clear, displayed, Joga Bonito at his finest, hand to the face, referee waves away, and the goal has to fly again. Charlie, at some point you are just short of words and adjectives to describe this football display by these youngsters. It's not only telling of the firepower or the football research of PWD Northwest region, but the football research of the north of Cameroon in general. Football, champion football. So what an afternoon it's been here at the Bamenda Proximity Stadium, graced by a fine encounter. Club coming in trouble to send in the cross, but he's nowhere near perfection and he just has to try again. 5.5 meter kick for PWD of Bamenda. Yo, Piers Max. I am recruiting cameramen, and of course, you can come for that duty. Miami Valentine. Long ball through Patrick Clover with the duel. He's still in contention. The referee signals for a foul. Renard. That's what I got to do. I think the referee struggled to calm the situation there. We are playing, the last minutes of the encounter, we have, I think, less than 4 minutes of regular time to play. And the hunger and thirst from both sides is just what you marvel at and see the hunger and thirst in the youngsters. Set piece, Renard, header out by Nyosi. The boy has been very solid at the back, winning most of his duels, ensuring all the aerial balls by Renard are faced by his duel power. Cross in, Nyosi again. It is always a marvel or a joy when your comments on a game resonate with player action. Just talking about Nyosi and his duels, and of course, he just won one again. Corner kick Starring at the middle. Crossing, powered out by Aliu Yaya. Another corner for Tarena. Yaya resonates again with the clearance of PW Commander. Donny Fury. Bengono sends a long one through to Patrick Robert. First touch. He gets it in control. Lays off one man. He plays with me and you. Me and you see Speedy running through. Me and you in control. Me and you stop. At some point, you are just short of IJT to disturb an action. That display from PW Commander was just one that would have seen them get the fifth of the afternoon. But Tilden was an inch offside, and the linesman or the assistant referee was well enough on that. PWD has staged a powerful comeback after their defeat to Victoria United in Limbe. Of course, they have told or announced to their fans that Dinamo is leading Victoria United in Douala by 3-1, and of course, it is a turnaround. PWD lost to Victoria United in Limbe by 3-0, and today they are winning by 4-1. Patrick Rebeck, first touch, second touch, lays of one, but it's dispossessed. To every team in the Northwest region, this is the only way PWD would have done them a fair, or let me say an exemplary job, winning the first Elite 1 game, or the first Elite game, or the first professional encounter out here at the Bamenda Proximity Stadium. It is a way to open curtains to every team that will have this stadium as their home ground. PWD 4-1, started at the melon. PWD's player is being stretched off. Donny Fury, the man who's had a fair share of goal contributions, scoring and assisting for the Ambassador boys. He even scored one that was disallowed, but then he's had a fair share of football this afternoon. 4 minutes of added time. 4 minutes for PWD of Bamenda to contain, and why not extend their lead? 4 minutes for Renard of Melon to reduce the goal margin, or why not restore the game to parity? Is it impossible? No. In football, nothing is impossible so long as we have time to beat. In Brisbane, Miosi clears the area. Tarena for Tebo for Tarena. Where Collins from QC Legrand. QC Legrand splits, is dispossessed. Referee calls for a foul by Talikong Elwood, and it's a set piece for Tarena. QC for Tarena. Ninkebon Kadat managing his time. He has less than 3 minutes to play, and of course, time management is a key factor. PWD is 3 minutes away from celebrating their first win, on the Bamenda Proximity Stadium ground. What a day it is for football in the Northwest region. What a day to celebrate football in this region. What a day to celebrate Cameroon football. Claude Kameni, Nianui for keeper, and the captain at the moment, Ninkebon Kadat, one of the finest young keepers in the country, is just telling us why he is the favorite. Hey, Coach Damawango, as far as the goalkeeping compartment is concerned. Mbu Mikael, greeting to you. Sam Henry, greeting to you. Crossing, Ninkebon Kadat again. Time management at its best. Distribution at its finest. So what a fine pass. That just reminded me of Ashukerido, the man whose distribution looks like an architect taking measurements. Oh, Kolimang there. Renard, they're attacking in. Yosi clears the area. Renard again, simplest bang. Claude Cameron goes Renard. Claude Cameron with the cross. Lindsay ball stretches out, gets it safe, timely for their backup boys. And the attacking end is Gimba Jr. Patrick Clover running through, he gets it. Patrick Clover lays off the keeper, he gets the hand to the ball. Talitanga for Pablo! That should have been the fit, but he was just an inch off perfection. He should have done better. He should have done better. Good Kameni. Timely outing by Ninche Bong, who gets it safe for the Abapa boys.
Hi, Ninche.
Ninche. Distribution. Haha. What a fine keeper. Patrick Clovet. Bengono. Mianu Valentine. Aliou Yaya still breaking through, sleeps, and they have to try again. Eman Damba, special greetings to you, grand frère. And it is true that the banana from TBT Stadium. PWA Banana, locally wanted the Northwest region, has crowned their first ever home game at the Banana Proximity Stadium with a win. Opener by Ndoni Fury, second from the step by Ndeso, the goal of Mancon. Simply stand over one, Aliou Yaya with the third, and yes, Gimba Jr. Ice Cake with the fourth. PW4, 1,000 at the mellow. Referee Abdurazan has done the job. It is full time. PW celebrates, Banana celebrates. Football has won. Football at its finest. Football at the Banana Proximity Stadium. We have had reached moments like this, and they are back to our backyard. PW for 1 Arena. What an encounter it's been. Thank you for keeping up with Kosu Talk and his premier humble commentator, you Joshua Kosumbo. The Kinola Crooks, yourself, greetings to you all, and always follow our platforms, PW of Bamenda, official page, Twitch TV, Kosu Talk, GP Media, I mean, MC Sport, all the platforms that promote football in the Northwest region. We are here for you all.